Yeah.
We've had to have a lot of conversations recently about just like jokes that we kind of can't make anymore because people don't seem to understand that they're jokes, or at least a percentage of the viewer base doesn't seem to understand when things are a joke. I actually forget what one from Writers Meeting was today, but I had to have just kind of a downer conversation with everyone where it was like, look, that's a title that some time ago I would have said, yeah, that's hilarious.
Now people are going to take it seriously.
And yeah, I get talked to the most about jokes. No, actually, you don't. Yeah, it was like it was one of those jokes that was like, I've made a huge mistake, or I never
just posted it.
Yeah. The title was, we made a big mistake. And unfortunately, we're in an environment now where a significant number of people, enough people that it seems to affect sentiment towards our company, will read that headline and go, oh, those guys made a mistake again.
Yeah.
When it's just a title, calm the fuck down. It's just a title of a video. You think that by the time we title the video, like we didn't problem solve the steps, like we didn't figure some stuff out. Like it's a mechanism to draw people into the video, right? And like, oh man, Plouffe committed a sin today. He didn't do anything wrong, and it's the same thing where some period of time ago I'd have been like, that's hilarious. Let's do that as our intro. But a significant number of people, just whether it's sort of a lack of social awareness, or whether it's whether it's just
problems.
Whether it's just a current environment problem where what's real and what's a joke is just
so blurry,
not really clear anymore.
There is no truth anymore.
The intro that he had written was for, we did another AliExpress shopping spree video where 5 people were basically told, okay, it's a competition to buy the weirdest computer component on AliExpress.
That's fun.
And
I like
that. It is. Yeah, it's totally fun. And so he had this intro written for it that was like something, and their job is basically to waste my money. Wait, what? How much of my money did you waste? And Plouffe loves that shit. Like, he thinks that stuff's hilarious because, I mean, as the primary shareholder of Linus Media Group, that effectively, when he blows money on like a shitty paint job for his car, he's like, yeah, let's go. Like,
got him.
Like that's his sense of humor, right?
Yeah.
And Jake tends to be one of the ones that leans pretty hard into that as well, because he genuinely just thinks it's funny. And then you get these people that are like, yeah, you can tell the way Linus's staff talks about money that he's like such a miser, and like that there's a ton of pressure on them, and they're trying to read these like psychological cues on people's faces, and you're just sitting here going like,
yeah, because if that was the case, we'd let that go through editing. Like,
yeah,
like if there was that much corruption, it just wouldn't show up on the camera.
And I would sign the purchase approval.
Yeah.
Like,
what are you talking about?
You think
have some game sense,
but there's a significant enough portion of the audience that we just like, we can't
like the L is for narcissist thing.
Yeah,
hilarious.
I don't think it would make it into the edit today.
But the problem is that it did, and then people took it super seriously. Like, what do you think happened? Like, once it gets ingested into the camera, it just like must show up on YouTube.
And then what's really funny? What's really funny to me about it is that a joke like that is allowed in the video, and then people still are under the impression that I'm some kind of thin-skinned
draconian.
Yeah, and I'm kind of sitting here going like, when did
it was funny? Because it was funny. It was good. It was a good joke. Good joke.
Yeah. When did humor become such a serious thing?
I had never even seen it, and then it like came up. I was talking to Dan or something, and it came up, and I went back and watched it, and just it immediately got me hard. I burst out laughing.
It was hilarious.
The delivery on it was great.
It was hilarious.
Very funny. And then it just, people just take it like a billion miles.
And
too far.
Like the very best sort of, I'd say I appreciate a dry cutting joke. And like the very best cutting jokes, yeah, there's a little bit of truth in it.
Sure.
I think to be a YouTuber, I think to be a social media personality, you don't necessarily have to be to a disordered level, but like anything, you know, self-absorption is going to be on a spectrum, and you have to obviously reach a point where you make a binary decision.
You need some degree of it's all about me to put your face on camera.
Exactly. You reach this decision point where you go, I should talk about myself on the internet, and other people should find it interesting.
I can make a career out of this.
Exactly. People should be supportive of my efforts to talk about my damn self on the internet, right? Like, there has to be a little bit of that.
And there's also the self-awareness of that too.
But
like, I don't know.
I don't think people.
It's funny.
I don't think people
Laugh.
necessarily see that. I think I've talked about this on the WAN show before, where I will often joke about saying, "Do you even know who I am?" Because what's funny to me is that no, they don't. The vast majority of people do not. I am not.
You're not specifically into computers. It's like
I am not Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Like, I could walk into the average high school, and if I happen to be walking past the computer lab when the bell rings, I'm going to get a couple of those. But that is not the level of fame that I have. And if I get a speeding ticket, for example, no, I am not going to be getting out of my speeding ticket because people like my fucking tech tips. That is actually not how this works. That's the joke. Do you even know who I am? No. And we're both in on it. But that seems to have become a narrative about me in certain circles. And I'm just like, all right, sure. Wait, what? You can't get out of speeding tickets? No, believe it or not, I have never successfully gotten out of a speeding ticket by being me. And before you ask, no, I've never brought up that I am me.
It'd be really funny.
Because it would not matter.
If I was in the passenger seat, it would be hilarious.
Like, I'm imagining this right now. Hi, officer. I mean, surely we can come to an understanding here. Like,
what if I put you in the credits of the next video?
Yeah. Do you know this face? Do you know who I am? No. Okay, but okay. You got a text. You got a tech savvy nephew. You got a tech savvy nephew.
Can you call him up really quick?
Call him up. Tell him who you got in the car right here, and then tell me you're still going to give me. I mean, come on. Then again, back to the whole what's real and what's not. It's not like we don't see TikToks and YouTube videos day in, day out of people actually fucking behaving
doing that
like
kind
that.
of stuff. Yeah.
But that's so I don't blame people. No, really though. It's not unbelievable. They don't know me personally. They don't observe me in my daily life.
This is fair. I'm still allowed to be annoyed that we can't make jokes.
Oh yeah, me too.
Both sides are fair, I think. I think we can be annoyed that we can't make jokes, and we can understand why we can't make jokes. Dude, it's sad. I like playing the role of the kind of incompetent ignoramus who is discovering something because at some point I didn't know. And at some point, it was really exciting to learn it. And channeling that is one of the easiest ways for me to get amped up about something. And I've always loved... And it's not so much of an act, because at one point in time, you were excited.
Exactly. And I've always loved putting myself in a position to have something explained to me by my on-camera... co-host or by another member of the tech
subject matter expert of some kind
of the tech YouTube space or a subject matter expert. I have intentionally put myself in these positions time and time again, even though a lot of the fucking time I wrote the goddamn script,
or at least part of it. Yeah.
But people don't seem to understand that the actor is not necessarily exactly who they play on TV. And you know what? I do make mistakes sometimes. And sometimes I make them by accident. A lot of the time when I goof something on camera, yeah, it's on purpose. I knew it was going to happen, or I knew there was a very solid chance that it was going to happen, and I thought it was funny or interesting. But I do make mistakes. And I think that this is one of those things where I have a family member that often says stuff that is just astronomically stupid. And one of the things that he does is he'll do it on purpose, just often enough that when he says something really stupid, he can say, right, but I was doing that thing I do where I say something really stupid. And so knowing someone like that, I can see how people would think it's that, but no, I'm just a little bit stupid.
It's the old troll argument.
Yeah.
Where people are like, where even is it? Where people are just actually assholes and they're, I was just trolling.
Yeah.
And then they'll like actually troll in like fun ways sometimes.
Yeah.
Then every once in a while they'll go like way too far, but then just try to fall back on the excuse. And it's like, no, dude,
you're actually
you're just
mean.
a loser. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
you're
get out
just
of here.
actually mean and people don't like you.
No one wants you to be around.
Got him.